YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I do my best each and every day to give you guys the top picks in cryptocurrency. And guys, none of you told me that my mic was not turned on in the last 2 episodes. I listened to my audio, guys. I don't know how you listen to that, but it was very bad, guys. I hope the audio is better this video. Let me know if the audio is better. If it's not better, you gotta let me know, but let me know if it's better. Anyway, guys, we're going to talk about some Toshi coin. We're going to talk about some Bitcoin. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just the homie Crypto J. We just talk about cryptocurrency. And apparently YouTube likes when I make longer videos. So I've been trying to figure out like how long I want to make these videos. Between like 5 minutes and like 20 minutes or something like that. And it seems like YouTube just likes the longer videos. So let me know what you guys like in the comment section below. Do you guys like the short form videos? Do you guys like the long videos? Or do you guys want me to do like a mixture of the two? Maybe I could do like some videos that are like 20 minutes long, some videos that are like 5 minutes long. Or should I do like some more live streams, make the lives longer and then cut them down into shorts? Let me know what I should do, guys. But again, we're going to talk about some Bitcoin. We're going to talk about some Toshi because that's what we do here, man. We talk about those things that are trending. We'll start off with Bitcoin. As you guys can see, Bitcoin seeing some volatility. And that's pretty much what we talked about in our last video, right? We talked about in the last video the fact that, you know, we do usually see fake outs earlier in the week and we might see a fake out happening. But again, it's not confirmed, guys. We're actually at 94.7. Is this right? 94.7. I just want to refresh the page. We got to get a refresh on the page, guys, because a lot of the times my page is not refreshed that I'd be like, oh, okay. Anyway, but trading views live. So this is actually good, solid price action. But let's see what's going on some of these more micro charts. As you guys can see, we have been riding now this top Keltner channel sideways, right? Yikes. Not necessarily the best situation, right? We don't like sideways price movement, but at the same time, maybe we can break up out of this. Maybe we're going to see it break down. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Maybe we can see lower Bitcoin coming soon. Or again, maybe Bitcoin is about to turn up, right? Let's see kind of what's going on a lot of these counter channels. You guys could see we printed a couple greens, right? It's been a lot of green, but then you guys could see not very much volume coming in the past couple of days. Not very much at all. Bitcoin hasn't been doing much. But again, you got to consider too, today is just Monday, you know, coming off of the weekend. So usually don't see a lot of price action on the weekend. Nothing out of the normal. Our weekly chart also looking pretty solid, right? Not yet looking like a breakdown on the weekly. But again, it's looking like we are testing some of these ranges up here. We got to continue this uptrend, guys. We are in an uptrend. Been an uptrend really since 2023, guys. If you look at here, Bitcoin has really been on a tear since 15,000. And that's what people don't understand, guys. How many of you guys got into Bitcoin and it was like 100,000? Just understand that the cycle really started down here, guys. It started 2023, $15,000 Bitcoin. We maxed out at like 105 already. And so right now we've seen a little bit of a dip, but I just want you guys to kind of have things in perspective for those of you guys that were buying up at 100K. Just understand that the cycle really started in 2023. So, but I'm not saying that to burst your bubble, guys. I don't want to make that you sad about that. I do think that the cycle's not over. I've been telling you guys actually since 15K that the cycle was popping. As a matter of fact, I was on a cruise over here and I was telling you guys, looks like Bitcoin is starting to do a thing, right? And then again, we see an election happen, and then the price of Bitcoin just really took off flying, right? Went all the way up to 66, and then took off flying all the way to 105. Since then, it's been some rocky roads, and I'm not talking about the ice cream. I wish I was, right? We just been seeing some price sell-off, right? Some paper handsers, right? They couldn't hang. They couldn't hang with the gang, so they had to abandon their bags. They'll pick it back up. I'm pretty sure, guys, that they'll pick them back up at a more expensive price. That tends to be how it goes, right? They'll sell it for cheap, right? And then they'll buy it for expensive. What the? But as you guys can see, Bitcoin, in my opinion, still looking solid, man. Still looking solid. I'm definitely long on the bit, right? Especially on the 1 week chart. I'm liking the week chart, man. We'll see though. I mean, again, if this thing needs to, you know, start breaking down and stuff like that, we see what happened last time, right? Look at March last time. My dog is going crazy in the background. I already know what that means. You gotta go outside. Well, the price in March, right? We created this McDonald's M. I tell you guys, McDonald's Emmys, I'm not loving it, right? Then boom, we started breaking down, right? Creating this wedge a couple times. We thought we were going to break out, and sure enough, see another rejection. Look, another McDonald's M. Nasty, right? Seeing that sell off. Again, we created that wedge and then we just started pumping up, right? We started breaking above that second Keltner channel and seeing some positive price action. Since then, again, we shot way up into this oversold zone over here on this counter channel, and then started correcting down, saw a rejection here, and then it's just been a lot of funky price action. But people want to know, do we have a double bottom down here? Is this a double bottom, or is it not? Is it not? Are we gonna see a little bit of volatility come into the market, similar to like what we saw here, where we see this big sell-off into the next couple of months? Again, we are still in April. We'll about to be in May. By the way, guys, my birthday is May 27th, so it's a great month, guys. It's a great month. All you May babies, all the Geminis, Team Gemini, right? But as you guys can see, again, Bitcoin coming up on some key levels right here. This 94.7. Right, it's really, I mean, the key level of support is really at 94.5, right? And then we got some resistance at this 95 level. Also, we haven't been able to break out a 95. Not very well, guys. Not very well. You guys could see we made it all the way up here. This is 95.4. Rejection. Same thing right here. Rejection. You know, we got to start breaking up. We got to start getting out of some of these levels. They're nasty. They're nasty levels, guys. Over here too. Another retest over here. It's just been very nasty, right? And then trending sideways. We talk about that sideways trending being sometimes an indicator that we are lacking volume. But again, Bitcoin still looking solid on some of these more long-term indicators. So I'm not too concerned. I'm just like medium concerned, bro. I'm like medium concerned right now, but not too concerned. Really, I'm looking at this as more of a zone of accumulation. But let's look at some of the past, right? We'll look at some of what has gone on in the past, especially on the fear greed index, because this is what we really use. Well, this is what I use. This is what I used to determine the tops on these things. And we talked about, you know, way over here back in Thanksgiving, everybody was feeling so greedy. Everybody was so greedy. It was a time everybody's doing Solana poo-poo coins and stuff up here. And I was saying, guys, we're in extreme greed. I was saying it's extreme greedy state, guys. We should be looking for a position, taking positions, getting out of the trades and stuff like that, locking in, right? Since then, guys, you guys can see been a lot of sell-off, right? We did have a good amount of time though that we were sitting up in this greedy zone. It's actually been pretty solid top up here, right? Similar to over here, we were in this greedy state for a good while, right? We did see a little bit of consolidation, but look at when we were over here in this greedy state. This only lasted a couple days and then, right? But look, are we going to head back into this zone soon? Or again, are we going to see similar to kind of what we saw over here, right? Last year with the choppy, right? You guys could see we went into the orange, then we went into the red. Red is a color that we haven't been since like early 2023. And as you guys could see, we're starting to either create a bull flag here in this neutral zone, or again, we're starting to create some choppy, right? We don't want to do that, guys. We don't want to create no choppy, because again, that's going to be a indicator that this recovery just might take a little longer. Some of you guys are cool with that. I'm cool with that. Personally, I'm a very patient person. I use this time to do important things like grow out my beard, right? Or something weird like that, or go to the gym, do some push-ups and see how buff I can get in the next couple of months, right? I don't know. Try to do something to help you pass the time. I don't know, because it might take some time on our recovery, guys, just to be real with you guys. But at the same time, the future's unknown, guys. We're still at 94.5. It can really go either way. But at the same time, we're in an uptrend. So we're no longer in a bear trend. It's no longer the same sentiment as when we were creating this wedge over here. Bitcoin, I feel better about it. But at the same time, again, history does not always repeat itself, but sometimes it rhymes though. Sometimes it rhymes. So maybe this is something similar to what has happened in the past. A lot of people given their forecast on Bitcoin. Ultimately, guys, nobody knows, right? But let's see what everybody else is saying. You guys see 82% of people bullish on it, 18% of people bearish on it, right? Some people talking about, what are these talking about? What the? People, like, whatever happened to I'm bullish on bearish? Whatever happened to that? Oh, there we go. Bullish on Bitcoin. There you go. Bullish on Bitcoin. This is the bull run. BTC cycle says steady rise in October and February 2026. Market peak. Interesting. You know, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't think. Okay, so Q4, I don't think we're gonna see correction in like October. Generally don't really see correction around then. Usually we don't see that, guys. Usually, again, we see these types of price dips in Q1, which is what I've been telling you guys this entire time. People selling off in Q1 is totally crazy, because it just seems like it's always Q1 where we start seeing these corrections happen, right? And this Q1 times this between like February and March. No, I'm sorry. Between February and May, I feel like is usually not a bad dollar cost average time. Again, we've had periods of times where we've been down for quite a bit, guys. A long time, years sometimes, guys. Totally normal. But at the same time, again, people want to know, is this cycle broken? Or again, is this cycle just about to kick off? Are we just about to see the alt cycle, the super cycle that we have been anticipating? A lot of big investors even buying these dips, guys, and that's what I pay attention to. I pay attention to the smart money. I already know retail is going to be scared, guys. I already know they're going to FUD it up. I already know they're going to be sad. They're going to freak out, especially if Bitcoin goes and touches 88K. I already told you guys that that can happen, guys. Didn't I say that in my last video? Bitcoin could hit 88K and still be totally fine. Well, guess what? If this thing has a rejection, decides to hit 88K, get ready for the waterworks, because you're going to be hearing cry babies, dude. But don't be shaken, guys. Don't be shaken by the crybabies if we do drop down and retouch this second calendar channel, because we'll still be flowing within this range. And again, this will be nothing, in my opinion, but a accumulation zone. Does look like we still have double bottom here. Until we break down, I'm still sticking with the fact that, you know, this price action is possibly looking pretty solid. Some people thinking maybe we found a top on the market already. I just don't think that is possible. Some people even saying as low as 50K Bitcoin. I don't think that's possible either. But again, I could always be wrong. Anything can happen, I guess. So what do I know, right? Let's talk about some Toshi coin. As you guys can see, Toshi coin holding up pretty good, right? I feel like Toshi coin, through all this volatility, holding up pretty good. As a matter of fact, let's look at the rest of the market just before we look at Toshi, just to see how everything is holding up. You guys could see it's pretty hit or miss, right? Pretty hit or miss. Nothing really even up a whole percent in the top 10. So again, Toshi coin looking pretty solid, but we got to get a refresh on this page. Otherwise, I'll be mistaken. All right, we'll get a refresh on the page. Hopefully we're still up. Are we still up? Are we still up? Boom. Look at that. 1.7. That's right. I'm not mad at this. Now we are flowing sideways here, which again, I'm not a big fan of sideways price action because again, it's a lack of demand. But as you guys can see, we are still in an uptrend. We're still looking solid. This thing is still moving nicely with Bitcoin, in my opinion. I'm liking the price action that I see on Toshi. And that's why, wow, I'm really tired. That's why, again, I am looking at positions in Toshi at cheaper prices. Of course, the cheapest price I can get would be great. So I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be devastated. I know a lot of people would be devastated if Bitcoin decided it wants to drop down to 88. I wouldn't be devastated, guys. I'd be actually pretty happy because I need a little bit more time. I need a little bit more time for these positions, guys. I don't know about you guys, but again, I'm looking to accumulate on these dips, stack some paychecks. And again, I'm not going all in with my paychecks, but I am looking to hopefully be able to dollar cost average a little bit more into these projects and stuff like that. So again, seeing Bitcoin cooling off a little bit on a Monday, I'm not shocked by it. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of price volatility going into like even tomorrow, and then maybe Wednesday starting to see a little bit of, I don't know, price start ticking in a normal way. I don't know. I think Thursday could still be good. I think Thursday probably will be bouncing off of either by Thursday. I'll mark it right here, guys. Mark it right here. We're not going to be at 94 on Thursday, guys. I don't think that we'll be at this 94.4 on Thursday. It's either going to be, this is the golden zone of accumulation right here. And at 94.5, we're going to really start breaking up above this 95 zone and taking off. Or we're going to, again, see that retest of that 88K. And if that happens, again, I'm ready for it. And I do think that that will lead us kind of towards a recovery similar to like what I was saying before. Again, closer to maybe June would be a little bit better. But again, maybe May is going to be very bullish, guys. This could easily be a situation where May is going to be very bullish. Just seems like there's been a lot of volatility, right? Just seems like there's been a lot of sideways volatility. But again, I want to know if you guys think that Bitcoin is going to do something more similar to what it did last year right here, or again, if you guys think that we were just ready to go on a run, right? Maybe like maybe like go on a run. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's look at some of these other charts on Toshi because we only really looked at the 4. Let's look at some of these other time intervals. You guys could see we're retesting on the 2 as well. 4-hour, 15-minute chart. I mean, these charts are not very telling. The smaller charts are not very telling. I like to use these more macro charts. To me, these macro charts are very telling. The 4-hour, keep going to the 4. The 4-hour is my go-to chart. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I am on the 4-hour a lot. The 12-hour is very telling right now, as well as some of these more longer time intervals too. I think the 1 week is really telling as well. Same as Bitcoin, 1 week looking good. Our 3-day also not looking horrible either. But again, it can go either way, right? We could either break down on this, or again, we could start stretching up with Bitcoin and seeing that rounding out pattern. That's what I said, guys. I said, we don't want to see this thing do one of these, right? One of these, when it goes like this and then it goes like this is a bear flag, guys. This is an indicator that we might need to see more sell-off. Same thing right here. Bear flag, right? We go like this and then we have this sharp recovery, but it breaks down. It's a fake, right? And tell you guys, a recovery should be a little bit more round than that, right? And that's kind of what we're creating right now. So I'm not upset about this price action at all, as a matter of fact. I want to see a round recovery. I want to see possible cup and handle starting to play out on some of these smaller time intervals too. That would be really great. But again, ultimately, this market is going to be volatile. It is going to be undecided, right? As you guys can see, look at the 1 week. Ooh, that 1 week, man. I think we're going to turn up out of this. What do you guys think? You guys think we're going to turn up out of this, or do you guys think that we're going to start trending below our 1 week chart? This is a big week for Toshi, guys. I've been saying it's a big week for Toshi. Maybe I'll even call this video a big week for Toshi, because guys, it is a big week for Toshi. As you guys can see, each one of these candles, like we talk about on the channel, represent on the 1 week chart 1 week. So this is a week, this is a week, this is a week, and as you guys can see, we are really on that line right now. And again, is Bitcoin going to print green in this situation, or is it going to print red? In my opinion, this needs to be a big print. We are going to see a big green or a big red. Say it. Usually when I say we're going to see a big green or a big red, don't we usually see that? I really think we're going to see that, guys. But the thing is, are we going to see it in a positive or a negative direction? Again, we are early in the week. Today is Monday, and we are starting to see a little bit of volatility, but the breakdown is not as bad as in the past. At the same time, look, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? Rising wedge here. It's starting to look a little funky. It's starting to look like maybe we need to start revisiting again this 88K level that I was talking about on the channel. But again, even if we do that, even if we need to drop down, touch 88K, still bullish on it, guys. It's going to cause a lot of fear in the market if that needs to happen. It's going to take some kind of news or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of news that came out between here and there. I don't even know what news is lined up for this week. I'm going to have to figure out really tomorrow when I do my little do my research on the week and whatnot. But I would say definitely just prepare for any kind of volatility that might happen in case we do need to see a retest of this 88K range. But do not be shaken, guys. I'm telling you right now, already telling you that if we see a retest of this 88K range, do not be shaken. Do not be scared, because again, we will still be flowing well within our Keltner channel, and things will still be, again, that would not be a confirmation of a breakdown, but it would be a confirmation, in my opinion, of a shakeout. So we'll see if that is the case. Again, I do think that Bitcoin has so far so good started to, recover in terms of where we were at before with that downtrend forming. But again, look at this 3 month. Or no, what was it? The 6 month? What was I just looking at? That 6 month? Nope, not the 6 month. Maybe it was. Now 1 month looks good. 3 month looks. I don't think that's very telling, actually. I think just 1 week is very telling. We gotta close this weekly candle really good, man. We need this to close good. We do not want this to print red, man. If this thing prints red, guys, then we might be still in a wedge here. Yikes. And then again, that's last time. March all the way to September. On this wedge. It was agonizing, guys. I told you this was agonizing. So some of you guys, I don't want you guys to have to deal with that, because again, I don't know. It depends what you like. Some of you guys, I feel like you're not as afraid of the dip, right? The dip is a scary thing when you kind of just getting into it. But some of you guys, I feel like you're not even afraid of the dip. Some of you guys have just been down for a while and you've been dollar cost averaging. You're like, I got to just make my bags back. If it's going to pump, it's going to pump. But in my opinion, guys, again, Bitcoin's still looking solid. It's nothing too much to be worried about. As you guys can see, 30 minute though. Told you something big was gonna print. When did it start printing? Just recently. Interesting. Now we got to be careful here, guys, because again, we talk about this bottom Keltner channel here, and sometimes it can be what I call a slippery slope. We start trending below the bottom Keltner channel, right? But again, it's not. These smaller time intervals are really not. This 30 minute might be pretty telling though. Because I do think that if we see a retest of this 93 range, I do think that we'll see 88 again. I'll say that right now. And we're already coming in at 94.3. So again, if we touch this bottom level, this 93, and this is what I said in my Telegram too. If we touch 93K, then we're probably gonna touch 88K again, right? Look, shoulder, head, shoulder, and now look, we're about to break the neckline. When we break this neckline, it can have some, again, capitulation, right? But ultimately, the price is unknown. Again, this candle does represent 30 minutes, even though there is a lot of shorts coming in right now. These guys can still buy it up. This could be a fake out. We've seen these guys do this quite a lot, right? That's why I said, again, I'm not playing with leverage here. I'm not looking to take out a short right now. I'm not looking to take out a long position personally. I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's your money, do what you want to do. But in my opinion, the people that make the most money in these markets are the people that are just dollar cost averaging. And so again, that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking for things at cheaper prices. Even though we're seeing a lot of price volatility on Toshi or on Bitcoin, it seems like Toshi's holding up pretty well, which again, that's what I want to see. I want to see my coin holding up pretty well in these Bitcoin dips, because that's what big exchanges look for. And I know that, again, Binance is going to be looking at a lot of these base coins. They already told us they're going to be looking at base coins. And so, again, if they look at even 5 or 6 base coins, like, can you even name 5 or 6 base coins that are sitting anywhere near this holder count, anywhere near this market cap? In my opinion, guys, there's a pretty good chance that we can get listed on Binance again. I'm not telling you guys that that's going to happen for sure, but I do think that there's a pretty good chance, especially since we already got Coinbase and we already got Kraken. We still have other exchanges that this can list on. So again, do not be short-minded on Toshi. You know, we still have Huobi. Huobi's like one of the biggest exchanges. I think it's like a top 5. There's a lot of exchanges that this could still be listed on. So something to pay attention to. I'm paying attention to it. I'm always, again, looking for Toshi at a cheaper price. I want to know what you guys think. Also, what do you guys think about these longer episodes? You liking them? You digging the 20-minute episodes, the 25-minute episodes? Or again, should I go back to those 5-minute episodes? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, if don't nobody love you, Crypto J loves you. Also, hey, if you haven't yet joined us on Patreon, what's up with that, bro? What's up with that? Why haven't you joined me on Patreon, dude? I want to hang out with you in my Telegram. Don't you want to meet me, guys? Don't you want to meet me? I want to meet you guys. We always hang out in the comment section, but I want to meet you in the Telegram, guys. The only way to do that, you got to be tapped into the Patreon. And yeah, I'm going to upload this video and then I'm knock out, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.